Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and this is What Are You Reading Wednesday. Now Reading Wednesdays is something I started a few weeks ago to discuss what I'm reading this week and give you a few little miniature book reviews, and hopefully you will come back with comments about what you're reading this week and we can get some discussions going. But right now let's just get right into it. Now I have DNF'd Donna Tartt's The Goldfinch, that is do not finish. Hopefully I will have the time to go back and really put into it later on, be able to sit down and read large chunks at a time. But if you can only read 1 or 2 pages at a time, that book is very difficult to get into. It's very well written. I just don't have the time for it right now. What I do have the time for is Crown of Midnight, which is a Throne of Glass novel. It is the second novel in the Throne of Glass series. I'm really enjoying this book. I think that the reason I'm getting into it a little better than I did The Goldfinch is that the writing is not as dense. It's a very quick YA novel as opposed to Goldfinch being an adult novel, as well as this is the second book in the series, so I've already met the characters, already know the basic storyline from the previous novel, and I kind of know where this one is going, so it's easier to read just a few pages at a time whenever I get a chance and still be into it. Hopefully I will be able to finish this book in the next couple of days and get to my last library haul, because this was a renew and then the rest of them I want to get to this weekend. I'm also doing the audiobook of Dream Thieves while I go to the wellness center and exercise, and I should be able to finish that in the next couple of days. Okay, so now let's move on to the reviews. First up, I have John Cleese's autobiography. So anyway, John Cleese was the co-founder for Monty Python and did Flying Circus, Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail, The Life of Brian, Faulty Towers, A Fish Called Wanda, and Fierce Creatures. He has co-authored 2 best-selling books on psychology and wrote and performed in the first 3 seasons of Flying Circus. He also co-wrote Monty Python, The Holy Grail, and Life of Brian. This book is not nearly as hilarious as you would think it would be because it's John Cleese, but he's writing about his life. He's not writing skits. So a lot of people gave it 2 and 3 stars because he wasn't as funny as they wanted him to be. However, I'm giving it a 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I love learning about the early life and kind of seeing if they were funny to start out with, which he was, or if they kind of came out later as being a writer or whatever. And so it was very interesting to see what he's interested in and just learn a little bit more about him. Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail is one of my favorite films of all time. And although there was a lack of bad French accents, and there were really not nearly as many dancing lumberjacks as you would imagine, I do give this book a 4.5 stars. It was very well written. He is a very smart man, and I'm glad that I read it. All right, next up, I've got Little Lily's Birthday Present by Kathy Johnson and illustrated by Captain Cartoon. This book is full of puns, and while they are humorous for adults, this is not a book for kids. It is marketed as a book for early elementary students. However, this is, I don't know how to explain it to you. The words are all turned into puns. Lily is supposedly some sort of Cupid's love angel sent down to Earth, and her biggest rival is this girl named Eva, as in evil, and she turns into a horse to be Lily's biggest nightmare. And little kids will not understand that. Not only that, but the way that the words are all written like this, both day, it will confuse their phonics learning. The way phonics is now, it will mess it all up. So teachers are not going to want this. Kids are going to get confused. If you love puns and you like cute little things, this may be something for older teenagers and adults, but definitely not for the kids it's marketed to. And I gave that 2 stars. These I'm both giving 3.5 stars. This is Ellie's Best Beach Vacation Ever, and Ellie goes back to school. These are by Elle and Marcy Fair. Now, this is a mother-daughter team. Elle is 11 at this point, and then Marcy is her mother. They co-write and take the photographs together. So There's some of the pictures you can see. These stuffed animals go to the different areas and they take pictures and put them in the story. My daughter loved these. I enjoyed them immensely. And I love the fact that the 11-year-old is writing stories. My 3-year-old has a picture book out on Amazon. My 5th graders from last year, we wrote a short story book together. It's available on Amazon. And I found it really boosts creativity. It really boosts self-esteem. It is a great thing to do to be able to use these free, like Create Space, and just help the kids get it out there where people can see it. And then you can go back and say, look, somebody in Germany got a free copy, or somebody in Texas bought a copy, or whatever. And it really boosts their self-esteem, makes them so happy, and they feel like they can do things. The one reason that I'm giving these 3.5 to 4 stars instead of 4.5 or 5 is that they're marketed as picture books for young readers, but I don't know if you can see there are about 4 sentences. It's a paragraph right there. So if you're an emerging reader or an early reader and you are just learning letter recognition, etc., that becomes very difficult for you. That being said, my 3-year-old absolutely loved these and has been having me read them to her, and so she knows the story well enough that she can flip through and tell me the story. So that works really well if you've got somebody willing to sit down and read the book over and over and over and over again. If not, then it's just a little difficult for the younger readers. So 2nd or 3rd grade, that's a lot easier for them. And that's what I've got for you today. So if you've got any comments, like I said, leave them down in the comment section. Give me a big thumbs up, and I'll be back at you later. Bye.